Hello everyone and welcome to a new pastcast. Today, in honor of Grubby kinda returning to Warcraft 3, we're gonna take a look at one of his older games. When I say kinda returning, in case you haven't noticed yet, it's not like he's back in any competitive way, but he's streaming Warcraft 3 these days for fun on the weekends, so that's every Saturday and Sunday evening, starting at like 8, 9, 10 p.m. CET till, basically all night long until like 3, 4 a.m. And yeah, usually when I'm home on the weekends, that's usually how I spend my nights. And therefore, yeah, just in honor of that, and maybe to raise awareness in case any of you guys haven't noticed yet. We're taking a look at this replay played by Grubby in June of 2005. And this was part of a clan war between Germany, or a nation war between Germany and the Netherlands in the European Nations Championship. And Spell, the human player in yellow here, the German, spawning in the bottom right corner. Altar, farm, barracks, everything as usual. AM first for Spell, and Grubby in purple in the top left spawn position. Farseer first, by him second burrow placed rather passively, so we'll see if he's gonna stick with that and build a third burrow, basically somewhere here in the back, or if he's gonna build that one more aggressively. Eventually we'll find out about it. And yeah, just given the time that this game was played in, of course, everything but Farseer against AM would have been a huge surprise. Spell so far only with 2 farms. Let's see, I'm assuming he's gonna want to add the third one here soon. Grubby, in the meantime, let's just quickly wait for 130 gold. Nope, no shop here before he's going into his tech, so gonna want to skip that, gonna want to take as little damage as possible on his units early on. Therefore maybe tank as much as possible with the wolves and get a bit of a head start in terms of teching. Meantime, the scout is getting a bit of a beating, even the peon contributing a little bit. So Grubby's gonna get his first, or is he gonna get his first bunch of XP here? One more hit required. Yeah, the grunt should get that. Yep, Grubby getting his first bunch of XP. Spell already finished his first green creep camp, using 3 militia here to creep both the green and the orange afterwards. Let's see what items drop here. Grubby in the meantime heading across the map with only his Farseer. Attack has already started, and it looks like with 2 wolves and 2 grunts, he's gonna want to creep this green one to not fall too far behind in terms of tech. Spell with sentry wards on top of his Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, which of course the sentry wards that is used to drop back in before 1.21 at those camps, and this is 1.18, so we are way before 1.21. Excuse me. Spell so far hasn't lost a single unit to this harassment, but 2 of his militia are super low, and I'm guessing it's gonna be hard to keep those alive against the harassment of the Farseer. But at the same time, the Farseer, Spell trying to deny here but doesn't get it done. The Farseer has taken a lot of damage already as well. This time the deny works for Spell, so a little bit less XP for Grubby. Of course, Spell's gonna want to make sure Grubby gets as little XP as possible at these early stages of the game, or basically at every stage of the game in which he can deny any XP. So yeah, third burrow also very passively placed, so not exactly the anti-tower push building placement here by Grubby, and it looks like Spell is heading across the map, perhaps already to get aggressive, whereas Grubby continues creeping. Second turtle camp for him. In the meantime, tech just started for Spell, so this harassment really hurt him. He invested into the tower. He lost 2 of his militia early on, getting a second item here for free. Lost 2 militia early on, and that really hurt his economy. Therefore, Grubby's gonna have a huge tech advantage, and we'll see what he's gonna be able to do with it. First of all, the shop is gonna have to be cancelled. There's no way in hell he's gonna be able to keep that one alive, but with level 2 AM and only 4 footmen against these 3 very clumped up burrows, there shouldn't be too much potential to go inside of the base of Grubby right now for Spell, even though the grunts are not really in position. Grunts heading back across the map right now, trying to rejoin with their Farseer. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Is he actually creeping here? No, right? Okay, he's actually creeping here. So, right in front of Spell's nose, but not too much Spell can do about it here. The Farseer is able to squeeze out one of the hatchlings is going to Grubby, the next one. See, Grubby is actually getting the last with the Chain Lightning. I mean, he's out of mana right now, but you know, the rest of the damage was obviously spread across Spell's units already, so I guess that's somewhat reasonable, yet not exactly,
My life for the Horde.
you know, intuitive. Casting the level 1 Chain Lightning on the smallest creep on the map. So shop being built again and Wc3 being built. Shadow Hunter is halfway out for Grubby, and both of these buildings have to be cancelled. So Spell is doing a good job being annoying here. He's doing a good job kind of turning Grubby's tech advantage a little bit against him here, and Grubby is totally asleep with his grunt. Spell traditionally very safe with his surrounds, and this one was a very easy one to pull off for him, getting one grunt killed. Oh, in the meantime, Grubby is placing his grunts here in front of the 3 of his grunts here in front of the tavern, just to make sure to get a second hero surrounded in case Spell decides to go for a second hero on the tavern. Spell's tech should be finished soon, but let's take a look at Grubby's Farseer first, who really needs to make sure not to get surrounded here. So far is successful in doing so. AM is driven towards the left hand side. Farseer is going there now as well, and therefore he doesn't get surrounded. AM is getting back safely. Footman heading back across the map. Sentry ward here. Wc3 for the 3rd time being built, as well as the shop, and now it's gonna come up. Spell going for the Beastmaster here, and he's actually getting this around there. Grubby is, and actually I think Spell could have avoided that if he placed the Footman here before buying the Beastmaster, because then Beastmaster would have spawned outside, but Spell didn't do so. Therefore the Beastmaster is falling. In return, one grunt is falling as well. AM has to pay attention, so has the Farseer. Both of them still taking a decent amount of damage. One more Hex is available for Grubby. In the meantime, the Farseers really have to get really gonna have to get going. I think the damage output isn't strong enough here for the Orc army to take down this AM. But Town Portal forced Beastmaster killed, which took a lot of momentum, a lot of steam out of Spell's potential pressure right now. And that was definitely worth it for Grubby here. I see. He needs to pay attention here with his Farseer. One more hit maybe. I'm not sure if this was intentional, because right now he's wasting so much of that Gargantuan Sea Turtle's damage output. And both of the giant Sea Turtles already down before this turtle basically did any damage. In the meantime, Spell starts doing some more creeping here, going for the shops, gonna get the level 3 as well. Tier 3 very quickly for him, and double Arcane Sanctum. So he starts producing sorceresses, and Grubby is finishing the creep camp here. Farseer in the meantime going to the shop. The Shadow Hunter is actually coming in here, trying to the last hit. He almost got it, but at the end it was Spell who got the last hit. Spell should be... Oh, I think he's overreacting here a little bit. Creep camp has finished. Scroll of the Beast dropped. Two Footmen actually going down here. Pretty unfortunate, but I think, which is totally reasonable of course, Spell did not expect a single Shadow Hunter to be harassing him here at his Goblin Merchant when he grabbed it. So I guess he anticipated the rest of the Orc army coming in any second, and he probably was afraid to finish creeping here, and that kind of mind game definitely helped Grubby out a lot here. Look at the XP, almost level, not quite, like level 2.7 AM, almost no XP on the Beastmaster, whereas level 2 on the Shadow Hunter already, and almost level 3 on the Farseer. First Sork should go down any second. Shadow Hunter, by the way, is skilled Serpent Wards here, so no heal wave for him. Second Sork with the Speed Scroll, maybe, yes, gets sniped out as well. Level 3 on the Farseer, the Raider. Can he squeeze through the Militia here? Yes, he can. And again, Grubby gets a pretty favorable trade here. Another Ensnare is going to secure another kill on one of the Militia. Grubby for the moment retreating. Still no Lodge here for him, so it's only Grunts and Raiders for the moment. He's got plenty of them though. 1 TP, still the Scroll of the Beast on the Shadow Hunter, but other than that, no more items, no more healing for Grubby. There would be a heal scroll available for him. One of the Grunts got ensnared by the creeps, is pretty sure going to fall, getting this AM very close to level 3, which is super important, obviously. Shadow Hunter needs to pay attention here. He used the Scroll of the Beast, he needs to still pull back, but so does Spell. and therefore another footman and another peasant will be picked off. Grubby with the Scroll of Healing and Scroll of Protection bought at the shop. No invo potion for either of the players, and Spell really has a super small army to work with here because, yeah, he didn't trade favorably and he invested into the tier 3 already, which is you know, a huge investment. Both the scrolls used by Grubby right now. 2 out of the 3 remaining footmen are falling here. The raiders, well, charging in quotation marks forward since they're slowed. The one raider here in the back and the grunt are doing a very good job against the militia level 3. For the Shadow Hunter, Hex and Invisibility casted onto the Beastmaster, so the Invisible Seal is just wiggling away there to the back. Another ensnare on one of the Sorks. Another Sork has already fallen, but Grubby, actually both of the players, but I think even more so Grubby than Spell, is really lacking damage output at the moment. Another 3 militia kind of accidentally gone up here. The Beastmaster really needs to pay attention, but so does the Shadow Hunter. Beastmaster once again being cast invisible. The Shadow Hunter is down to 13 HP. Grubby has to pull him back. He does so just in time. Beastmaster at 60 HP is invisible. Another Sorceress is going to be picked off here. Beastmaster can charge forward here. Actually, Grubby does have the Spell does have that ward. Another Sorceress is falling. Is he going to go for the kill on the Shadow Hunter? He's pulling back just in time though, as if he knew. And now the Farseer is the one in trouble, and actually Spell accidentally attacked the Serpent Ward instead of the Farseer, and with 3 HP he's able to Town Portal, and both of Grubby's heroes survive here. What an amazing trade for Grubby. He hardly lost anything, and Spell lost many militia, all of his footmen and a couple of sorceresses. In the meantime, tier 3 has finished. Master upgrade coming for the sorceresses already, so he's going to be able to cast Polymorph here in just a few seconds. Grubby in the meantime still up at 50 supply. He saved almost all of his units on low HP. 3.5 SH, almost 4 Farseer, which would of course mean level 2 Chain Lightning. 1 mil for Grubby, another Burrow for Grubby. Scout Quillbeast is going to be picked off here. Spell is doing some more creeping. Wants to catch up, of course, in terms of XP. AM level 3 is a start, of course. And Beastmaster level 3 would be quite helpful as well. Let's see, what does he find here? Claws of Attack +9. The Hawk invisible, casted immediately to try and do some scouting, so he doesn't get all of his scouting summons and snaring killed all of the time. So Grubby at the moment, I mean, this doesn't seem like a long-term sustainable army against a large human caster army, only grunts and raiders, and he's not adding anything else at the moment. First defense upgrade already coming for Grubby. Okay, that's interesting. Level 2 ward here by the Shadow Hunter, so yeah, really banking on those. Of course, they provide great damage output against spells casters. And yeah, as I said, Grubby would like to fight right now, going for the expansion after this. So yeah, if Spell decides to just camp in his base, which would make it super hard for Grubby to take a sustainable fight, then Grubby can just punish this with the expansion. And he's trying to set up a front, of course, with a couple of Serpent Wards. Yeah, placing another one here. Spell. Does he have the Hawk? I'm wondering what... Ah, okay, the next Hawk just spawned here. And he's gonna go ahead and do a bit of scouting. Grubby's expansion is gonna take a long time, of course, but Spell would be stupid to march into this Serpent Ward front. So I guess he's just gonna sit back for the moment, get up to 50 supply as well. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I believe. Master Socks already though, so Polymorph is could really be a threat here for Grubby. And maybe Grubby's just gonna want to force Spell's hand here by creeping very greedily the camp right in front of his base. That's usually the way to force your opponent out of your base, because he cannot really afford giving that to Grubby for free. But all of a sudden everything, there's only sheeps on the field for Grubby plus his 2 heroes and one of the raiders, and there's no way in hell he should be able to win this fight. Chain Lightning going through the casters, one of the sorcerers is going down, one of the raiders going down in return, and Grubby has to pull the town portal here. A very good fight obviously for Spell here with the Polymorph, and he's adding another summon hero. He's adding the Fire Lord, so mass piercing damage summons here, plus the sorceresses for him. So that's where he's getting his damage output from. Grubby's expansion soon to finish, still not scouted by spell. And Grubby didn't really lose a lot, only one raider. And he's gonna have to wait for the polymorph to wear off. Clarity potion used on the Farseer. Grubby may... okay, no. I was about to say he may be waiting for another Town Pearl, but actually he's switching into Wind Riders here. Okay. Wind Riders, of course, insanely good against casters, but insanely fragile against all of the summons of spell. And Polymorph, of course, doesn't care if it's casted on like a 2 supply unit or a 4 supply unit, so investing into those heavy supply units against Polymorph, we'll see how well Grubby's going to be able to deal with the Polymorph here, adding more and more. Of course, with the expansion, he should be able to heavily outmass Spell, who's coming in for the creep check right now. Grubby does have 2 speed scrolls, so should be able to get out of there alive. AM soon to be level 4. Beastmaster already level 3, which is huge against the Wind Riders, of course, the level 2 Cruel Beasts, which he skilled here, of course, over the level 2 Hawk, which would get killed by like 2 volleys of the Wind Riders, while not being able to do really any significant damage. And yeah, Grubby's expansion starts running and he starts towering it up. And as long as Spell doesn't scout this, I think things are looking bright for the Orc player. Talisman of Evasion, and of course the Watch Award for Spell. 2 Heal Scrolls, Scroll of the Beast, Scroll of Protection, everything here for Spell. But Grubby has already produced up to 70 supply. He's got no items whatsoever. He invested everything into an army as big as possible.
Job's done.
Which I guess makes sense. You need many units against these, against the Polymorph. But I feel like, you know, Spirit Walker tech would have probably been the better choice compared to Wind Rider tech. We'll see about it. Spell actually has only 1 Arcane Tower against the Wind Riders in this base, so his economy is super fragile. Another 2 grunts heading across the map here. Grubby already leaving with his ground army, but the Wind Riders should be easily able to get rid of the entire economy of Spell. So this is quite painful for Spell. He's down to 45 supply. Couple of polymorphs casted onto the grunts here. Speed score used by Grubby. He's gonna head back to his expansion to try and defend that with at least his ground army. The Wind Riders still inside of the base. Now they're done killing the last peasant. Spell has a decent amount of gold, so he's going to be able to reproduce, but it's going to take him a long time to get his expansion fully up and running, or his economy fully up and running again. And the towers, as you can see, they don't really tank too much. Scroll of the Beast and Scroll of Protection used here by Spell, so he definitely wants to break this expansion right now. Another polymorph on one of the grunts, and Grubby is going to have a really hard time finding a good position here. The Beastmaster kinda tanky with 800 HP and the Talisman of Evasion, so Spell can keep him in the front. Of course, there's also the invisibility, yes, which is being used right now. The majority of Wind Riders is being slowed here. Polymorph on all of the ground units almost of Grubby. Beastmaster is heading forward here. One of the sorceresses is being picked off. And now all of the Wind Riders are turning into sheeps as well. The first couple of units of Grubby start falling. Beastmaster needs to pay attention here not to get killed. But there's no damage output for Grubby. Everything is polymorphed and the summons are wrecking him. The Shadow Hunter needs to pay attention. He's got the Town Portal though and he's using it. Let's see how much damage he's going to be able to do on Grubby's way out. I think Grubby, look at all the low HP units. If he stayed in that fight for 5 to 10 more seconds, I think he would have lost like 15 supply or so. This Town Portal came just in time. The summons, yeah, charging after Grubby here. Spell definitely wants to pick up the pieces here. 2 of the very low Wind Riders are being put back. The summons are coming in. Spell realizes he can only pick off 1 of the grunts. Oh, does he get it? Yeah, he gets it. Yeah, Grubby being aware of the threat, pulling the low HP Wind Riders back. And the expansion is gone. Grubby still has 61 supply against 35 though. Spell is super slowly getting his economy back. I mean, just compare it here. There's 2,000 in there, 900 in there, so that's 1,000 gold. And Spell really wants to keep the pressure up. Apparently Grubby has fully healed up though, so I'm not sure if this is the greatest idea, given that Spell is down supply-wise so much. I mean, of course, Wind Riders, if they are polymorphs, aren't gonna do too much, and Spell has plenty of mana on his sources. So yeah, a couple of polymorphs coming in immediately. Chain Lightning as well. First sources has fallen. The Lava Spawn is being picked off as well. There are 3 Wind Riders remaining capable of attacking the opponent at the moment, and it seems like it should probably still be enough for Grubby. The Beastmaster is in front, and he's got no items. Spell gets his Beastmaster killed. The Wind Riders just floating forward here. Sources have to be put back. The summons are doing a great job, obviously, but Spell is not really focus firing properly here. Doing a lot of damage to the grunts instead of the Wind Riders and stuff. So yeah, the grunts will fall extremely easily, of course. Level 5 on both of the Orcs heroes, by the way, already. Whereas Spell is 4-3-3, with the AM closing in on level 5 and the Beastmaster being dead, of course. And the Polymorph is about to wear off on everything, and Spell has 2 sorceresses remaining. He's not going to be able to sustain this fight anymore. So I feel like that was definitely a mistake. Keeping up the pressure here after getting the expansion killed, because yeah, as we said previously, there's only 4 guys in here, by the way, 5th one being built right now. As we said previously, Grubby doesn't have, yeah, Grubby's gold mine is gonna be gone in a second, and Spell still has about 1,000 gold in there. If he hadn't gotten his economy killed, he would have had 1,000 gold more on the field, which would be like 12, 14 additional supply, which would have been a game changer, obviously, but that wasn't the case. Therefore, he's gonna have to stay back for the moment. Grubby apparently is gonna want to keep the pressure up here. He's got 1-1 upgrades, by the way, on the Wind Riders, 0-1 on the Raiders. Beastmaster, what? Okay, he doesn't have to go to get his Beastmaster back yet. He bought clarities. He wants to have summons immediately. He knows that there's a threat of a counter attack right now, and that a Beastmaster being produced in the altar is very, very invaluable compared to summons to actually fight off the Wind Riders immediately. But Grubby, despite having level 5-5 already, picks up the gauntlets here. Despite having level 5-5 already, he continues creeping. Of course, he can find a great item here, like Robe of the Magi or Sobi Mask, or this. Yeah, he can keep it on the Shadow Hunter, but I guess the wow, ITrainHum, Farseer, more than halfway if he takes it with the Farseer. Yeah, more than halfway up to level 6 already. I guess level 6 at this point would probably mean level 3 Chain Lightning. Yeah, Beastmaster now being rebuilt. Spell seems to realize that Grubby isn't going to push immediately. What I was about to say, that the reward gold-wise of the Boots of Kel'Thalas is probably too great to not make use of, when the alternative is to have a little bit more damage on the Shadow on the Shadow Hunter. Yeah, Grubby continues creeping here. By the way, level 3 Serpent Wards and another XP tome. Wow, Grubby getting extremely lucky here with his items. Claws plus 12 is alright. Or is he gonna go for Chain for Earthquake? Guessing usually Chain Lightning against this kind of unit composition would be the spell to be expected. And now the mine of Spell has also run out. 42 supply against 60 or 59. And yeah, Grubby sees this right now. Of course, nothing he can do about it. Well, okay, almost nothing he can do about it. He gets the last hit here with the Wolf, stealing some XP off of the Fire Lord. Of course, the AM is already level 5. He wouldn't have gotten any XP of that anyway. I'm not really sure if that was worth it though, because now Spell knows that Grubby knows what he's doing, and therefore he's running back to his main immediately, whereas if Grubby hadn't shown himself, he could have maybe charged in there from the back and got a good creep check off. Looks like Spell is gonna start doing long distance mining, as well as Grubby, and Grubby's getting the 3rd red camp, whereas Spell only got 1. Let's see. 3rd XP tome would be nice, of course. Lighthound of Stormwind perhaps gonna be sold. He kept the Boots of Kel'Thalas so far though, and only Tome of Knowledge this time. And look at the Farseer. He didn't, like, he started creeping like here, and just thanks to 2 XP tomes, he's basically level 6 right now. So pretty lucky for Grubby, and he's getting another expansion here, which is yeah, which of course can be game deciding if it comes through and starts really kicking in for Grubby. Spell getting almost up to 50 supply. Grubby Is Grubby actually willing to fight here? He's putting down a couple of Serpent Wards. Wolf continues scouting for him. Just really wants to make sure he knows where Spell is at. And Spell with Inner Fire as well. At least on the Fire Lords. Got a couple, two to be exact, Master Priests out. And he's pushing forward here. He seems to be confident in fighting. He's got so much polymorph. Keep in mind the last fight was aeons ago. So all of these sorceresses are at full or almost full mana. So Grubby, given that he still has no disenchant and he's not going to get a tech switch done anymore with the situation as it is economically, I think Grubby, he's up by more than 10 supply, but there's no way in hell he can take a fight here. Because in terms of unit composition, he's just horribly behind. So spawning 2 more wolves, both of them using their invisible summons here to scout as good as possible. Spell doesn't want to go for a base trade here apparently against all of the Wind Riders and the Farseer. And I think maybe Earthquake is going to be the better choice. If Grubby is going for this hit and run kind of deal. I mean, if he can't sustain this for a little bit longer, then his expansion is going to start running. And then he might eventually be able to take a fight straight up if he gets the proper army to do so. Yeah, Wind Riders doing some poking here. 2, 3 Acolytes down, peasants down. And 1 Wind Rider is going to fall in return. Polymorph, way too strong to get that one out safely. Wind Riders have to fall back here. Grubby's expansion is up right now, so Spell has not scouted this yet. So once he scouts this, the alarm clocks will obviously ring. So far we only see a lot of heads by both of the players, and yeah, Grubby is gonna do some hit and run here. Yeah, he wants to win time. Expansion is gonna be saturated soon. There's no way Grubby is gonna wanna commit anytime soon. No way of risking a fight here against the army, which seems superior with the expansion in his back. And what is Spell? Yeah, Spell is turning around again. He seems quite hesitant. And the Farseer just got level 6 thanks to the tower kill here. Of course, the tower gives 25 XP, so that's, you know, among the 2 heroes, 12 each. That is quite painful for a Spell, of course. And he's just casting his entire army invisible, also kind of a Spell trademark. And with that, hopefully for him, he's gonna be able to force a fight against Grubby here, who doesn't see this with the Serpent Ward here, so he missed it. Spell is wasting plenty of time though. Grubby is given the chance to do some damage against Spell's main base. New wolves being spawned by Grubby, Shadow Hunter, and Farseer are coming in. And yes, he's going for Earthquake, going for the farms here, and 6 farms appear to be doomed here. Spell is coming in from the right hand side. 1 sorceress that wasn't invisible gets picked off here. The castle is in some trouble. There is a town portal on the Farseer, and I'm assuming he's going to be forced to use that. Chain Lightning going in, 1 more sorceress is falling, and now the polymorphs are coming in against the Wind Riders. Is it going to be enough for the castle to go down? It is. Grubby gets the majority of his units. I think actually all of the units. Did he lose anything here? I don't think so. This is a sorceress and no other corpses. I mean, of course, Wind Riders don't produce corpses. And this is also a sorceress. So yeah, this has obviously turned into a base trade scenario right now. Grubby not daring to go for a straight up fight, and rightfully so. I mean, he's up 20 supply. This is such a bizarre situation, but he's so heavily hard countered. And the expansion is still running. Once again, Spell casting everything invisible, but this time the wolves have seen it, so Grubby should be aware of the threat. Grubby in his own base. Did he get a new town portal? Yes, he did get a new town portal. Yeah, the wolves continue doing damage. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buildings remaining for Spell, who, as far as I can see, doesn't have a single peasant remaining, so no repair, nothing. Speed score used by Grubby, who's forced to retreat here, who cannot go for another hit and run, and this is painful. He's in the back of his base, and it looks like he may have to defend here. He's pinned down to his base. This isn't open or anything, so he cannot escape to the side. And Spell, he's keeping the pressure up here. Level 2 Hawk isn't going to do too much. Yeah, casting that one invisible. The level 3 Serpent Wards. While they are extremely squishy, they deal extraordinary loads of damage. Wolves have run out here. Grubby spawned a new pair of them already. Spell seeing him though with the... There's the hawk. And yeah, he cannot just brute force this here. He's gotta go slowly, take down one building after another, because he doesn't want to line up his casters in between those buildings when charging forward, because then they would be easy snipes for the burrows, for the serpent wards, for every wind rider that's not a flying sheep. Yeah, look at the level 3 water metals. Just tearing down the level 3 serpent wards in like 3 hits. And Grubby, what is he doing here? Shadowhunter didn't pick up anything new, and yeah, he's town porting. He's town porting to the expansion. So, okay, this is speed scroll used by Grubby. Yeah, he's going for the kill right now in spell. Seeing that Grubby town ported away, now he's gonna know what's up. Firelord also level 4, so 544 by now for the human player. But yeah, he's gonna have to run, and mobility is not exactly the strength of this army. He still has a town port, which he could have sold as well. I think he just didn't get around to do it because he was heading across the map immediately. And there wasn't a shop in the way. So Altar is going down, another earthquake is coming in. The human army is charging in from the right hand side. Shadowhunter is going into the front here. 1, 2, 3, 4 more buildings alive. The Arcane Sanctum is gonna fall as well. Now Spell is coming in from the right hand side. The barracks is still alive after the earthquake. The Farsi actually staffing forward just to get rid of the human army for a couple of seconds. But all of the Wind Riders are being polymorphed here. At least the majority of them. Still a little bit of damage output available for Grubby, whose Shadowhunter is in trouble though. He's got no items. I think the Shadowhunter should be falling any second. There's no more town port for Grubby as well. All of the Wind Riders, every unit is hexed here for Grubby, but the Serpent Wards, they cannot be hexed. The Serpent Ward actually dealing the final blow against the last remaining building, the last farm of Spell, while in the air there were tons and tons of polymorphed Wind Riders. I mean, definitely a nice way to finish off the game here, getting the kill on the last building with the Serpent Wards, while the Shadowhunter did die, while the Farseer was on the run. But of course, even if the building wouldn't have died, if the building hadn't died at that particular point in the game, with the expansion in his back, and with almost no HP remaining on his building, Spell would have still lost. Nevertheless, a very nice game. I think the two major factors were Spell continuing to push after getting Grubby's expansion killed, even though he lost a lot in the process and he wasn't able to reproduce because his economy got killed just before the fight started in front of or at Grubby's expansion. And yeah, the second one, of course, was Grubby taking down that economy right before the fight started. And a very interesting game, given that Grubby never got around to do the tech switch to Spellbreak, to Spirit Walkers. Because usually against this kind of strategy, you'd always want to get Disenchant and of course to get rid of the Polymorph. But yeah, given that Grubby didn't play Lodge here at all, many orcs didn't do it at the time, the strategy became a little bit more viable, and I think Grubby may have underestimated it a little bit, because with the economic advantage, he decided to go for a second Beast Tree instead of the Walker Tech. Of course, the second Beast Tree was coming into effect a lot more quickly, given that he didn't have to get a depth upgrade first and a couple of walkers, and he didn't need, the time to gather a little bit of mana on those walkers just to be able to permanently counter the polymorph. So I guess the second Beast Tree may have been a little bit of a choice which comes into play early on, just to defend the expansion as quickly as he can, which maybe a tech to Spirit Walkers would have taken, or a tech switch to Spirit Walkers would have taken too long to do so. But in the end, he wasn't able to defend the expansion anyway, so that didn't work out. But yeah, it made for a very interesting game. Spell, I think, with a few other decisions, could have won the game here just as well. That's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and you'll subscribe and you'll comment. And until next time, bye.